get your lunch, did you?
Oh, I better get back to the office. These extended lunch hours give my boss excess acid.
Why don't you call your boss and tell him to take the rest of the afternoon off? It's Friday, anyway.
Yeah, what do I do with my free afternoon? Walk you to the airport?
Lays around here a while longer.
Checking out time is 3 p.m. Hotels of this sort aren't interested in you when you come in, but when your time is up... Oh, Sam, I hate having to be with you in a place like this.
Well, I've heard of married couples who deliberately spend an occasional night in a cheap hotel.
When you're married, you can do a lot of things deliberately.
You sure talk like a girl who's been married.
Sam, this is the last time.
Yeah. For what?
For this. Meeting you in secret so we can be secretive. You come down here on business trips. We steal lunch hours. I wish you wouldn't even come.
All right. What do we do instead? Write each other lurid love letters?
I have to go, Sam.
I can come down next week.
No.
Not even just see you. Have lunch in public.
Oh, we can see each other. We can have dinner. But respectably. In my house, with my mother's picture on the mantel, my sister helping me to broil a steak for 3.
And after the steak, did we send Sister to the movies, turn Mama's picture to the wall?
Sam.
All right. Marion, whenever it's possible, I want to see you.
Under any conditions, even respectability.
You make respectability sound so disrespectful.
No, I'm all for it.
It requires patience, temperance, a lot of sweating out. Otherwise, though, it's just hard work. But if I can see you and touch you even as simply as this, I won't mind. Tired of sweating for people who aren't there. I sweat to pay off my father's debts and he's in his grave. I sweat to pay my ex-wife alimony and she's living on the other side of the world somewhere.
I pay too. They also pay who meet in hotel rooms.
A couple of years and my debts will be paid off. If she ever remarries, the alimony stops.
I haven't even been married once yet.
Yeah, but when you do, you'll swing.
So let's get married.
You really want to live in the back room of the hardware store in Fairvale? Eat beans out of a can with me?
No.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of laughs. Tell you what, when I send my ex-wife her money, you can lick the stamps.
I'll lick the stamps.
Marion, you want to cut this off? Go out and find yourself somebody available?
I'm thinking of it.
How could you even think a thing like that?
Don't miss your plane.
Hey, we can leave together, can't we?
I'm late, and you have to put your shoes on. Is Mr. Lowry back from lunch yet?
He's lunching with the man who's buying the Harris Street property.
Oh,
you know,
right.
the oil lease man.
Right.
So that's why he's late. You getting a headache?
It'll pass. Headaches are like resolutions. You forget about them as soon as they stop hurting.
You got aspirins? I have something. Not aspirin, but my mother's doctor gave these to me on the day of my wedding. Teddy was furious when he found out I'd taken tranquilizers.
Any calls?
Teddy called me. My mother called to see if Teddy called. Oh, your sister called to say she's going to Tucson to do some buying and she'll be gone the whole weekend. And...
Woo! Hot as fresh milk. You girls ought to get your boss to turn on the air conditioning. You can afford it today.
Marion, will you get the copies of that deed ready for Mr. Cassidy?
Tomorrow's the day, my sweet little girl. Not you, darling. My daughter. A baby. Tomorrow she stands up there and gets herself married away from me. I want you to take a look at my baby. 18 years old. And she never had an unhappy day in any one of those years.
Come on, Tom.
Air conditioner's on in my office.
You know what I'd do with unhappiness? I'd buy it off. Are you unhappy?
Oh, not inordinately, no.
You know, buying this house is a wedding present for my baby. $40,000 cash. Now, that's not buying happiness. That's just buying off unhappiness. $400,000 cash. Not to worry now. I'll never carry more than I can afford to lose. Count 'em up.
I declare.
I don't. That's how I get to keep it.
Tom, cash transaction of this size is most irregular.
Now, so what? It's my private money. Now it's yours.
Suppose we just put this in the safe, and then Monday morning, when you're feeling good.
Oh, speaking of feeling good, where's that bottle you said was in your desk? Oh. You know, sometimes I can keep my mouth shut. Lowry, I'm dying of thirst-a-rooney here.
I don't even want it in the office over the weekend.
Put it in the safe deposit box in the bank, and we'll get him to give us a check on Monday instead.
He was flirting with you.
I guess he must have noticed my wedding ring.
Come in.
The copies?
Thank you.
Mr. Lowry, if you don't mind, I'd like to go right on home after the bank. I'm feeling a slight...
You go ahead on, old. Me and your boss are gonna go out and get ourselves a little drinking done, right?
Of course.
Do you feel ill?
Just a headache.
Well, what you need is a weekend in Las Vegas, the playground of the world.
I'm going to spend this weekend in bed. Thank you.
Only playground to beat Las Vegas.
Aren't you going to take the pills? They'll knock that headache out.
Can't buy off unhappiness with pills. I guess I'll go put this money in the bank, then go home and sleep it off.
Marion, what in the world? What are you doing up here?
Yeah, it's more than I need to get out of debt.
You see anything there you haven't at least had a fifth of before?
Hold it there.
In quite a hurry.
Yes. I didn't intend to sleep so long.
I almost had an accident last night from sleepiness, so I decided to pull over.
Slept here all night?
Yes. As I said, I couldn't keep my eyes open. So...
There are plenty of motels in this area. You should have... I mean, just to be safe.
I didn't intend to sleep all night. I just pulled over. Have I broken any laws?
No, ma'am.
Then I'm free to go.
Is anything wrong?
There's nothing wrong, except that I'm in a hurry and you're taking up my time.
Am I acting as if there's something wrong?
Frankly, yes.
Please, I'd like to go.
Well, is there?
Is there what? I've told you there's nothing wrong, except that I'm in a hurry and you're taking up my time.
Now, just a moment. Turn your motor off, please. May I see your license?
Why?
Please. Have a nice day.
No mood for trouble.
What?
There's an old saying that the first customer of the day is always the most trouble.
But like I say, I'm in no mood for it, so I'm going to treat you so fair and square that you won't have one human reason to give me.
Can I trade my car in and take another?
Well, you can do anything you have a mind to. Being a woman, you will. Is that yours?
Yes, there's nothing wrong with it. I just...
Sick of the sight of it.
Well, why don't you have a look around? See if there's anything that strikes your eye. Meanwhile, I'll have my mechanic give yours a once-over.
You want some coffee? I was just about
No, thank you. I'm in a hurry, and I just want to make a change.
That's one thing person ought not to be.
when they're buying used cars, and that's in a hurry. But like I said, it's too nice a day to argue. I'll,
Just shoot your car in the garage. Oh, babe!
What's up?
Yeah, can you take this one in, give it the once-over, check it out?
Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. Can do the standard.
Say, that's the one I'd have picked for you myself.
How much?
Go ahead, spin it around the block.
It looks fine. How much would it be with my car?
You mean you don't want the usual day and a half to think it over?
No.
You are in a hurry. Somebody chasing you?
Of course not. Please.
Well, it's the first time the customer ever high-pressured the salesman.
But I figure, roughly, your car plus 4,000?
700.
You always got time to argue money, huh?
All right.
$4,000.
I take it, you can prove that car is yours.
I mean, out-of-state license and all. You got your pink slip and your...
I believe I have the necessary papers. Is there a ladies' room?
In the building. Over there. I think you better take it for a trial spin. I don't want any bad word of mouth about California Charlie.
I'd really rather not. Can't we just settle this and...
I might as well be perfectly honest with you, ma'am. It's not that I don't trust you, but...
But what? Is there anything so terribly wrong about making a decision and wanting to hurry? Do you think I've stolen my car?
Oh, ma'am. All right, let's go inside.
Put him in the back, please.
Heck, officer. That was the first time I ever saw the customer high-pressure the salesman.
Heck, officer, that was the first time I ever saw the customer high-pressure the salesman. Somebody chasing her?
I better
have a look at those papers, Charlie.
She looked like a bad one.
She looked like a wrong one to you?
Acted like one.
Yes.
The only funny thing, she paid me $700 in cash.
Yes, Mr. Lowry?
Carolyn?
Yes, Mr.
Ryan still
Lowry?
isn't in?
No, Mr. Lowry, but then she's always a bit late on Monday mornings.
Buzz me the minute she comes in. Call her sister. No one's answering at the house.
I called her sister, Mr. Lowry, where she works. The music maker's music store, you know. And she doesn't know where Marion is any more than we do.
You better run out to the house. She may be unable to answer the phone.
Her sister's going to do that. She's as worried as we are.
She's as worried as we are.
No, I haven't the faintest idea. As I said, I last saw your sister when she left this office on Friday. She said she didn't feel well and wanted to leave early. I said she could. That was the last I saw her. Wait a minute. I did see her sometime later driving. I think you'd better come over here to my office. Quick.
Caroline.
Carolyn, get Mr. Cassidy for me. After all, Cassidy, I told you, all that cash. I'm not taking responsibility.
I'll replace it.
For heaven's sake, a girl works for you for 10 years, you trust her.
You doubt it.
All right, yes, you better come over.
Well, I ain't about to kiss off $40,000. I'll get it back, and if any of it's missing, I'll replace it with her fine, soft flesh. I'll track her, never you doubt it.
Oh, hold on, Cassidy. I still can't believe
A girl works for you.
must be some kind of a mystery. I can't.
You checked with the bank, no? They never laid eyes on her, no? You still trust him? Hot creeper, she sat there while I dumped it out. Hardly even looked at it. Planning, and even flirting with me.
Gee, I'm sorry I didn't hear you in all this rain. Go ahead in, please. Dirty night.
You have a vacancy?
Oh, we have 12, in fact. 12 cabins, 12 vacancies. They moved away the highway.
Oh, I thought I had gotten off the main road.
I knew you must have. No one ever stops here anymore unless they've done that.
There's no sense dwelling on our losses. We just keep on lighting the lights and following the formalities. Your home address? Or just the town will do.
Los Angeles.
Cabin 1. It's closer in case you want anything. Right next to the office.
Oh, I want sleep more than anything else. Except maybe food.
There's a big diner about 10 miles up the road, just outside Fairvale.
Am I that close to Fairvale?
15 miles. I'll get your bags for you.
Boy, it's stuffy in here.
Well, the mattress is soft, and there's hangers in the closet, and there's stationery with Bates Motel written on it, just in case you want to make your Friends back home envious. And, over there.
The bathroom.
Yeah. Well, if you want anything, just tap on the wall. I'll be in the office.
Thank you, Mr. Bates.
Norman Bates. You know, you have something that most girls don't have.
I have.
And there's not a name for it, but it's something that puts a person at ease.
Well, thank you again.
You're not really going to go out again and drive up to the diner, are you?
No.
Well, then would you do me a favor? Would you have dinner with me? I was just about to myself. You know, nothing special, just sandwiches and milk, but I'd like it very much if you'd come up to the house. I don't set a fancy table, but the kitchen's awful homey.
I'd like to.
All right, you get yourself settled
And take off your wet shoes, and I'll be back as soon as it's ready. With my trusty umbrella.
young girls in for supper? By candlelight, I suppose, in the cheap, erotic fashion of young men with cheap, erotic minds.
Mother, please.
And then what? After supper, music? Whispers?
Mother, she's just a stranger. She's hungry and it's raining out.
Mother, she's just a stranger. As if men don't desire strangers. As if... Oh, I refuse to speak of disgusting things because they disgust me. You understand, boy? Go on, go tell her she'll not be appeasing her ugly appetite with my food, or my son. Or do I have to tell her because you don't have the guts? Huh, boy? You have the guts, boy?
Shut up! Shut up!
I've caused you some trouble.
No, Mother, my mother, what is the phrase? She isn't quite herself today.
You shouldn't have bothered. I really don't have that much of an appetite.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish you could apologize for other people.
Don't worry about it. But as long as you're fixed to supper, we may as well eat it.
It might be nicer and warmer in the office.
It stopped raining.
Eating in an office is just too officious. I have the parlor back here.
All right.
it's all for you. Go ahead. I'm not hungry.
You eat like a bird.
You'd know, of course.
No, not really. Anyway, I hear the expression "eats like a bird." It's really a falsity, because birds really eat a tremendous lot.
I don't really know anything about birds. My hobby is stuffing things. You know, taxidermy. Yeah, I guess I'd rather stuff birds.
I hate the look of beasts when they're stuffed. You know, foxes and chimps. Some people even stuff dogs and cats, but oh, I can't do that.
No, I think only birds look well stuffed because they're kind of passive to begin with.
That's a strange hobby. Curious.
It's uncommon, too.
I imagine so.
It's not as expensive as you think. Cheap, really. Needles, thread, sawdust. The chemicals are the only thing that cost anything.
A man should have a hobby.
Well, it's more than a hobby. A hobby's supposed to pass the time, not fill it.
Is your time so empty?
No. I run the office. Tend the cabins, grounds, do little errands for my mother. The ones she allows, I might be capable of doing.
Don't you go out? With friends?
Well, a boy's best friend is his mother.
You haven't had an empty moment your entire life, have you?
Only my share.
Where are you going? I didn't mean to pry.
I'm looking for a private island.
What are you running away from?
Why do you ask that?
No. People never run away from anything. The rain didn't last long, did it? You know what I think?
I think we're all in our private traps, clamped in them. We can never get out. Always scratch and claw, but only at the ear, only at each other. And for all of it, we never budge an inch.
Sometimes we deliberately step into those traps.
I was born to mine. But I don't mind it anymore.
Oh, but you should. You should mind it.
Oh, I do. But I say I don't.
You know, if anyone ever talked to me the way I heard, the way she spoke to you.
Sometimes when she talks to me like that, I feel like I could curse her out and leave her forever. At least defy her. Well, I know I can't. She's ill.
She sounded strong.
Oh, no. I mean ill. She had to raise me all by herself after my father died. I was only 5. Must have been quite a strain for her.
She didn't have to go to work or anything like that. He left her a little money. Anyway, a few years ago, Mother met this man, and he talked her into building this motel. He could have talked her into anything. And when he died, too, it was just too great a shock for her. And the way he died.
Yeah, I guess it's nothing you should be talking about when you're eating. But anyway, it was just too great of a loss for her. And she had nothing left.
Except you.
A son's a poor substitute for a lover.
Why don't you go away?
To a private island like you?
No. Not like me.
I couldn't do that. Who'd look after her? She'd be alone up there.
Fire'd go out, be cold, damp. grave. If you love someone, you can't do that to them. Even if you hate them.
You understand? I don't hate her.
I hate what she's become. I hate the illness.
Well, wouldn't it be better if you put her someplace?
You mean an institution? A madhouse? People always call a madhouse someplace, don't they? Put her in someplace.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to sound uncaring.
What do you know about caring? Have you ever seen the inside of one of those places? The laughing and the tears, and the cruel eyes studying you. My mother there.
But she's harmless. She's as harmless as one of these stuffed birds.
I'm sorry. I only felt
You felt what?
It seemed that she's hurting you. I meant well.
People always mean well. They cluck their thick tongues and shake their heads and suggest oh so very delicately. Of course, I've suggested it myself. But I hate to even think about it. She needs me.
It's not as if she were a maniac or a raving thing. She just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes. Haven't you?
Yes. Sometimes only one time can be enough. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Norman.
Norman.
You're not going back to your room already.
Oh, I'm very tired, and I have a very long drive tomorrow all the way back to Phoenix.
Really?
I stepped into a private trap back there, and I'd like to go back and try to pull myself out of it. Before it's too late for me, too.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to stay just a little while longer? Just for talk?
I'd like to, but...
All right. Well, I'll see you in the morning. I'll bring you some breakfast, all right? What time?
Very early. Dawn.
All right, Miss,
Crane.
Crane, that's it.
Good night.
Mother! Oh, God! Mother! Blood! Blood!
They tell you what the ingredients are and how it's guaranteed to exterminate any insect in the world, but they do not tell you whether or not it's painless. I believe, insect or man, death should always be painless.
Wow.
Sam?
Sam? Lady wants to see you. Yes, miss?
I'm Marion's sister.
Lila.
Is Marion here?
Of course not. Was something wrong?
She left home on Friday. I was in Tucson over the weekend, and I haven't heard from her, not even a phone call. Look, if you two are in this together, I don't care. It's none of my business. But I want to talk to Marion, and I want her to tell me it's none of my business, and then I'll go.
Bob, run out and get yourself some lunch, will you?
That's okay, Sam. I brought it with me.
Run out and eat it.
Now, what thing could we been on together?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you.
Is Mary in trouble, or what is it?
Let's all talk about Marion, shall we?
Who are you, friend?
My name is Arbogast, friend. I'm a private investigator. Where is she, Miss Crane?
I don't know you.
Why, no, you don't. Because if you did, I wouldn't be able to follow you.
What's your interest in this?
Well, $40,000.
$40,000.
That's right.
Well, you better tell me what's going on here and tell me fast. I can take just so much of this.
Take it easy, friend. Just take it easy. Your girlfriend stole $400,000.
What are you talking about? What is this?
She was supposed to bank it on Friday for her boss, and she didn't. And no one has seen her since.
Someone has seen her. Someone always sees a girl with $40,000.
Sam, they don't want to prosecute. They just want the money back. Sam, if she's here...
She isn't. She isn't. Miss Crane, can I ask you a question? Did you come up here on just a hunch and nothing more?
Not even a hunch, just hope.
Well, with a little checking, I could get to believe you.
I don't care if you believe me or not. All I want to do is find Marion before she gets into this too deeply.
Yeah, did you check in Phoenix?
Hospitals? Maybe she had an accident. Or a holdup.
No, she was seen leaving town in her own car. By her employer, I might add.
Can't believe it.
And you?
Well, you know, we're always quickest to doubt people who have a record for being honest. I think she's here, Miss Crane, where there's a boyfriend. Well, she's not back there with the nuts and bolts, but she's here in this town. Somewhere. I'll find her.
Evening.
Evening.
I almost drove right past.
I'm always forgetting to turn the sign on, but we do have a vacancy. 12, in fact. 12 cabins, 12 vacancies. Candy?
No, thanks. Last 2 days, I've been to so many motels, my eyes are bleary with neon, but you know, this is the first place that looks like it's hiding from the world.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I didn't really forget to turn the sign on. It just doesn't seem like any use anymore, you know?
Uh-huh.
See, that used to be the main highway right there. Well, want to come in and register?
No, sit down. I don't want to trouble you. I just want to ask you a few questions.
No, it's no trouble. Today's linen day. I always change the beds here once a week, whether they've been used or not. Hate the smell of dampness, don't you? It's such a, I don't know, creepy smell. Come on.
You out to buy a motel?
No.
The reason I asked is because you said you've seen so many in the past couple days. I thought maybe you, what was it you want to ask me?
Looking for a missing person. My name's Arbogast. I'm a private investigator. I'm trying to trace a girl that's been missing for, well, about a week now. From Phoenix. It's a private matter. And family wants to forgive her. She's not in any trouble.
I didn't think the police went looking for people who aren't in any trouble.
Oh, I'm not the police.
Oh, yeah. Private investigator.
We have reason to believe that she came along this way, may have stopped in the area. Did she stop here?
Well, no one stopped here for a couple of weeks.
Do you mind looking at the picture before committing yourself?
Commit myself? You sure sound like a policeman.
Look at the picture, please.
Mm-mm.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Well, it's possible she used an alias. Marion Crane is her real name, but she could have registered under a different one.
You know, I don't even bother registering people anymore. One by one, you sort of drop the formalities. I shouldn't even be changing the sheets, but old habits die hard.
Which reminds me.
What's that?
It's the light, the sign. We had a couple last week said if the thing hadn't been on, they would have thought this was an old deserted...
Well, you see, that's exactly my point. You said that nobody had been here for a couple of weeks, and there's a couple came by and didn't even know that you were open.
Yeah.
Well, as you say, old habits die hard. It's possible this girl could have registered under another name. Do you mind if I look at your book?
Hmm?
Thanks.
No.
Got the date here somewhere.
See, there's no one there.
Got a sample of her handwriting. Oh, yeah, here we are. Marie Samuels, that's an interesting alias.
Is that her?
Yeah, I think so. Marie, Marion, Samuels, her boyfriend's name is Sam. Was she in disguise by any chance? You want to look at the picture again?
Now, look, Mr. Arbogast, I'm not lying to you. It's just that...
No. I know that. I know you wouldn't lie.
It's just, it's hard to keep track of time around here.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was raining, and her hair was all wet. I tell you, it's not really a very good picture of her either.
No, I guess not.
At all.
I guess not.
Uh-uh.
Tell me all about her.
Well, she arrived rather late one night and went to sleep and left early in the morning.
How early?
Very early.
Which morning was this?
The next day, so Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Did anyone meet her here?
Uh-uh.
Did she arrive with anyone?
Nope.
Did she make any phone calls or, locally?
Uh-uh.
Did you spend the night with her? No. Well, then, how would you know that she didn't make any phone calls?
Oh, well, she was very tired, and see, now I'm starting to remember it. I'm making a mental picture of it in my mind. You know, if you make a mental picturization of something.
That's right. Take your time.
She was sitting back there. No, she was standing back there with a sandwich in her hand, and she said she had to go to sleep early because she had a long drive ahead of her.
Mm-hmm. Back where?
Back where she came from.
No, you said before that she was sitting back there.
Oh,
standing back
yes,
there.
but back in my...
Oh, my parlor back there. Yeah, she said she was very hungry. So I made her a sandwich, and she said she was tired, and she went straight to sleep.
Oh, I see. How'd she pay you? A check? Cash?
Cash.
Oh, cash, huh?
Hmm?
After she left, she didn't come back.
Why would she?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's about it, Mr. Arbogast. So I got some work to do, if you don't mind.
Well, to tell you the truth, I do mind. If it don't gel, it ain't jello. And this just ain't gelling. It's not coming together somehow. Something's missing.
Well, I don't know what you could expect me to know. People just come and go, you know.
That's right. She isn't still here, is she?
No.
If I wanted to check the cabins, all 12 of them, I'd need a warrant, wouldn't I?
Listen, if you don't believe me, come on with me. You can help me change beds, okay?
Okay. Oh. No, thanks.
Change your mind?
You know, I think I must have one of those faces you just can't help believing.
Is anyone at home?
No.
Oh, there's somebody sitting up in the window.
No, there isn't.
Oh, sure. Go ahead, take a look.
Oh, that's my mother. She's an invalid. An invalid. It's practically like living alone.
Oh, I see. this girl, Marion Crane, were here, you wouldn't be hiding her, would you?
No.
Not even if she paid you a lot of money?
No.
Oh, well, let's just say for the sake of argument that she wanted you to gallantly protect her. You'd know you were being used. You wouldn't be made a fool of, would you?
I'm not a fool. I'm not capable of being made a fool.
I know.
Not even by a woman.
It's not a slur on your manhood. I'm sorry.
Let's just put it this way. She might have made a fool out of me.
But she didn't fool my mother.
Well, then your mother met her. Could I talk to your mother?
No, as I told you, she's confined.
Yes, but just for a few minutes, that's all. There might be some hint that you missed out on. You know, sick old women are usually pretty sharp. Can I just, just a moment?
Mr. Arbogast,
I wouldn't disturb her.
I think I've talked to you all I want to.
Just for one moment.
I think it would be much better if you left now.
Okay. You know, you'd save me a lot of legwork if you'd just let me talk to her, but do I need a warrant for that, too?
Sure.
All right. Thanks anyway. Oh, hello, Loomis. It's Arbogast. Is Lila there?
Good, let me talk to her, please. Hello, Lila. Lila, listen. Marion was up here. Yeah, she spent last Saturday night at the Bates Motel. It's right out here on the old highway.
I even know what cabin she was in, cabin number 1. Well, the young fella that runs the place said she just spent the night, left the next day. That was it. No, not exactly. Well, I did question him, believe me. I think I got all there was to get. I'll just have to pick up the pieces from here.
Well, I tell you, I don't feel entirely satisfied. See, this boy had a sick old mother. I think she saw Marion and talked to her. No, unfortunately, he wouldn't let me see her. Well, I was, but I think I'll go back to the motel first. No, you stay there with Loomis. I'll be back in about an hour. All right, fine. Listen, you'll be happy to know what I think. I think our friend, Sam Loomis, didn't know that Marion was here. Yeah. All right, see you in about an hour, or less. All right, bye-bye.
Bates?
saying. You ever notice that, Lila?
Sam, please. He said an hour or less.
Yeah. Been 3.
Are we just gonna sit here and wait?
He'll be back. Let's sit still and hang on, okay?
How far is the old highway?
You want to go out there, don't you? Blast in on Arbogast, the old lady. Maybe scare her a little bit.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a wise thing to do.
Impatience doesn't run in my family, Sam. I'm going out there.
Arbogast said
An hour or less.
Right. I'll call out there.
Well, I'm going.
You'll never find it. Stay here.
Why can't I go with you?
I don't know. One of us has to be here in case he's on the way.
What am I supposed to do? Just sit here and wait?
Yeah. Stay here.
Mr. Arbogast? Mr. Arbogast!
Back here.
Sam?
No Arbogast, no Bates. Only the old lady at home. Sick old lady unable to answer the door. Or unwilling.
Where could he have gone?
Maybe he got some definite lead. Maybe he went right on.
Without calling me?
In a hurry.
Sam, he called when he had nothing but a dissatisfied feeling. Don't you think he'd have called if he had anything at all?
Yes, I think he would have. Let's go see Al Chambers.
Who's he?
Our deputy sheriff around here.
All right, let me get my coat.
Good evening. Well, I don't know where to start. Except at the beginning.
Yes.
This is Lila Crane from Phoenix.
How do you do?
She's been here searching for her sister. There's this private detective helping, and well, we got a call from this detective saying that he traced her to that motel out on the old highway.
That must be the Bates Motel.
He traced her there and called us to say he was going to question Mrs. Bates.
Norman took a wife?
No, I don't think so. An old woman. His mother. Well, anyway, that was early this evening. We haven't seen or heard from him since.
Now, your sister's missing how long?
She left Phoenix a week ago yesterday without a trace.
How'd you and this detective come to trace her to Fairvale?
They thought that she'd be coming to me.
Left Phoenix under her own steam?
Yeah.
And she's not missing so much as she's run away.
Yeah, that's right.
From what?
She stole some money.
A lot.
$40,000.
And the police haven't been able to?
Everyone concerned thought that if they could get her to give the money back, they could avoid involving her with the police.
Explains the private detective. Traced it to the Bates place. What exactly did he say when he called you?
Well, he said that Marion was there and for one night, and then she left.
With the $400,000?
He didn't say anything about the money. It's not important what he said on the phone, is it? He's supposed to come back and talk to us after he talked to the mother, and he didn't. That's what I want you to do something about.
Like what?
Well, I'm sorry if I seem over-anxious, just that something is wrong out there, and I have to know what.
Well, I think there's something wrong too, miss, but not the same thing. I think what's wrong is your private detective.
I think he got himself a hot lead as to where your sister was going. Probably from Norman Bates. And called you to keep you still while he took off after her and the money.
No. He said he was dissatisfied and he was going back there.
Why don't you call Norman and let him say just what happened?
At this hour?
Well, he was out when I was there just a while ago. If he's back, he probably isn't even in bed yet.
He wasn't out when you were there. He just wasn't answering the door in the dead of night like some people do. This fellow lives like a hermit. You must remember that bad business out there about 10 years ago.
Please, call.
Florrie, the sheriff wants you to connect him with the Bates Motel.
Norman? Sheriff Chambers.
I've been just fine, thanks. Listen, we got worries here. Have you had a fella stop by there tonight?
No, this one wouldn't be a customer anyway. It's a private detective, name of...
Arbogast.
Arbogast.
What? And after he left? No, that's okay, Norman.
Well, this detective was there. Norman told him about the girl. The detective thanked him, went away.
He didn't come back?
You didn't see the mother?
Your detective told you he couldn't come right back because he was going to question Norman Bates's mother, right?
Yes.
Norman Bates's mother has been dead and buried in Green Lawn Cemetery for the past 10 years.
I helped Norman pick out the dress she was buried in. Periwinkle blue.
It ain't only local history, Sam. It's the only case of murder and suicide on the Fairvale ledgers. Mrs. Bates poisoned this guy she was involved with when she found out he was married. Then she took a helping of the same stuff herself. Strychnine. Ugly way to die.
Norman found them dead together.
In bed.
You mean that old woman I saw sitting in the window out there wasn't Bates' mother?
Now, wait a minute, Sam. Are you sure you saw an old woman?
Yes, in the house behind the motel. I called and pounded, but she just ignored me.
Well, if the woman up there is Mrs. Bates, who's that woman buried out in Green Lawn Cemetery?
Mother, I have to take you downstairs.
I am sorry, boy, but you do manage to look ludicrous when you give me orders.
Please, Mother.
No, I will not hide in the fruit cellar. You think I'm fruity, huh?
I'm staying right here. This is my room, and no one will drag me out of it.
Least of all my big, bold son.
They'll come now, Mother. He came after the girl, and now someone will come after him.
Mother, please. It's just for a few days. Just for a few days so they don't find you.
Just for a few days. In that dark, dank fruit cellar, no!
No, you hid me there once, boy, and you won't do it again.
I told you to get out, boy.
I'll carry you, Mother.
Norman, what do you think you're doing? Don't you touch me, don't! Norman! Put me down. Put me down. I can walk on my own.
Morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We thought if you didn't mind, we'd drive out to that motel with you.
He's already been.
Went out for service.
Did you two have breakfast?
You didn't find anything.
Nothing. Let's clear the way here.
Well, what did he say about my sister?
Just what he told your detective. She used a fake name. Saw the register myself. Saw the whole place, as a matter of fact. That boy's alone there.
No mother.
You must have seen an illusion, Sam. I know you're not the seeing illusions type. But no woman was there, and I don't believe in ghosts, so there it is.
I still feel that there's something.
I see you do. I'm sorry I couldn't make you feel better. You want to come around to my office this afternoon and report a missing person and a theft is what you want to do. The sooner you drop this in the lap of the law, that's the sooner you stand a chance of your sister being picked up. How about that?
I don't know.
It's Sunday. Come on over to the house and do your reporting around dinner time. It'll make it nicer. You too, Sam.
Thank you. Maybe I am the seeing illusions type.
No, you're not.
Well, you want me to drop you at the hotel, or...?
Sam, I still won't feel satisfied until I go out there.
Neither will I. Come on.
Guess we better decide what we're gonna say and do when we walk in there, no?
We're gonna register. as man and wife. And then we're gonna get shown to a cabin, and we're gonna search every inch of that place, inside and out.
I wonder where Norman Bates does his hermiting.
Someone's at that window. I just saw the curtain move.
Come on.
Well?
Just coming up the ring for you.
Uh-huh. Suppose you want a room?
We were going to try to make it straight to San Francisco, but we don't like the look of that sky. Looks like a bad day coming, doesn't it?
Okay.
Take it, Captain 10.
Better sign in first, hadn't we?
Oh, no, it isn't necessary.
No, my boss paying for this trip, and it's 90% business, so well, it's practically notarized receipts. I think we better sign in and get a receipt.
Thank you. I'll get your bags.
Haven't any.
I'll show you the room, then.
First time I've ever seen it happen. You check in any other place in this country without bags, and you have to pay in advance.
$36.50.
Ready? That receipt.
I'll go on ahead.
See? Now I'll show you the cabin.
Nah, that's okay. Don't bother yourself. We'll find it.
We gotta go in there and search that cabin, Sam. No matter what we're afraid of finding or how much it may hurt.
I know. Do you think if something happened, it happened there?
I don't know. But if you had a useless business like this motel, what would you need to get out, to get a new business somewhere else?
$400,000.
Well, how can we prove that?
And there's gotta be some proof that exists right now. Something that proves that he got that money away from Marion somehow.
What makes you sound so certain?
Arbogast. He liked me, Sam. Or he felt sorry for me, and he was beginning to feel the same way about you. I could tell the last time I talked to him on the phone. He wouldn't have gone anywhere or done anything without telling us unless he was stopped.
And he was stopped, so he must have found out something.
Huh? Start with cabin 1.
Bates?
No shower curtain.
Sam, look.
What is it?
It's figuring. didn't get washed down. Look, some figure has been added to or subtracted from 40,000.
Proves Marion was here. It's too wild a coincidence.
Oh, wait, no. Bates never denied she was here.
Oh. Doesn't it prove he found out about the money?
Do we ask him where he's hidden it?
No. That old woman, whoever she is, she told Arbogast something.
I want her to tell us the same thing.
You can't go up there.
Why not?
Bates,
Well, let's find him. One of us can keep him occupied while the other gets to the old woman.
you'll never be able to hold him still if he doesn't want to be held. I don't like you going to that house alone.
I can handle a sick old woman.
All right. I'll find Bates and keep him occupied.
Looking for me?
Yeah, matter of fact. Wife's taking a nap, and I can never keep quiet enough for her, so thought maybe I'd look you up and talk.
Good. Satisfied with your cabin?
Oh, it's fine.
Mrs. Bates?
I've been doing all the talking so far, haven't I? I thought it was the people who were alone most of the time who did all the talking when they got the chance. Here you are doing all the listening. You're alone here, aren't you?
Drive me crazy.
That'd be a rather extreme reaction, don't you think?
Well, it's just an expression. What I meant was, I'd do just about anything to get away. Wouldn't you?
How?
Mrs. Bates? Mrs. Bates?
I'm not saying you shouldn't be contented here. I'm just doubting that you are. I think if you saw a chance to get out from under, you'd unload this place.
This place? This place happens to be my only world. See, I grew up in that house up there, and I had a very happy childhood. My mother and me were more than happy.
look frightened. Have I been saying something frightening?
I don't know what you've been saying.
I've been talking about your mother, about your motel. How are you going to do it?
Do what?
Buy a new one?
New town? Where you won't have to hide your mother?
Why don't you just get in your car and drive away from here, okay?
Where will you get the money to do that, Bates?
We already have it somewhere.
Shut up!
Away.
Shut up!
Huh? A lot of it. $400,000. But your mother knows where it is.
What you did to get it. I think she'll tell us.
Where's that girl you came here with? Where is she?
Mrs. Bates?
So, Norman. If anyone gets any answers, it'll be the psychiatrist. Even I couldn't get to Norman. He knows me.
You warm enough, miss?
Did he torture you?
No. I got the whole story, but not from Norman. I got it from his mother.
Norman Bates no longer exists. He only half existed to begin with. Now, the other half is taken over. Probably for all time.
Did he kill my sister?
Yes.
And no.
Well, now, look, if you're trying to lay some psychiatric groundwork for some sort of plea, this fellow would like to cop this.
A psychiatrist doesn't lay the groundwork. He merely tries to explain it.
But my sister is...
Yes. Sorry. The private investigator, too. If you drag the swamp in the vicinity of the motel,
Have you any unsolved missing persons cases on your books?
Yes, 2.
Young girls?
Did he confess to...
Like I said, the mother. Now, to understand it the way I understood it, hearing it from the mother, that is, from the mother half of Norman's mind, you have to go back 10 years. To the time when Norman murdered his mother and her lover.
he was already dangerously disturbed. Had been ever since his father died. His mother was a clinging, demanding woman, and for years they lived as if there was no one else in the world. Then she found a man.
And it seemed to Norman that she threw him over for this man.
Now, that pushed him over the line, and he killed them both. Matricide is probably the most unbearable crime of all. Most unbearable to the son who commits it. So, he had to erase the crime.
At least in his mind. He stole her corpse, and a weighted coffin was buried. He hid the body in the fruit cellar and treated it to keep it as well as it would keep. And that still wasn't enough. She was there, but she was a corpse.
So he began to think and speak for her. Give her half his life, so to speak. At times, he could be both personalities, carry on conversations. At other times, the mother half took over completely. Now, he was never all Norman, but he was often only Mother. And because he was so pathologically jealous of her, he assumed that she was as jealous of him. Therefore, if he felt a strong attraction to any other woman, the mother side of him would go wild. When he met your sister, he was touched by her, aroused by her. He wanted her. That set off the jealous mother, and Mother killed the girl. Now, after the murder, Norman returned as if from a deep sleep. And like a dutiful son, covered up all traces of the crime he was convinced his mother had committed.
Why was he dressed like that?
He's a transvestite. Not exactly. A man who dresses in women's clothing in order to achieve a sexual change or satisfaction is a transvestite. But in Norman's case, he was simply doing everything possible to keep alive the illusion of his mother being alive. And when reality came too close, when danger or desire threatened that illusion,
He'd dress up, even to a cheap wig he'd bought. And he'd walk about the house, sit in her chair, speak in her voice. He tried to be his mother.
And now he is. Now, that's what I meant when I said I got the story from the mother. You see, when the mind houses two personalities, there's always a conflict, a battle. In Norman's case, the battle is over, and the dominant personality has won.
And the $400,000, who got that?
The swamp. These were crimes of passion, not profit.
He feels a little chill. Can I bring him this blanket?
Sure. All right.
Thank you. It's sad when a mother has to speak the words that condemn her own son.
But I couldn't allow them to believe that I would commit murder. They'll put him away now, as I should have, years ago.
He was always bad. And in the end, he intended to tell them that I killed those girls.
And that man, as if I could do anything except just sit and stare.
Like one of his stuffed birds. Well, they know I can't even move a finger.
And I won't. I'll just sit here and be quiet, just in case they do suspect me.
They're probably watching me. Well, let them.
Let them see what kind of a person I am.
I'm not even going to swat that fly. I hope they are watching.
Probably watching me.
They'll see. They'll see and they'll know.
And they'll say, why, she wouldn't even harm a fly.